also T, there are probably some people that don't believe in charging $3,000 for a Glam and Go service for makeup. Hey guys, it's PatrickStarrr. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a get ready with me and a life update. Last night I went to the Lilo and Stitch world premiere. It was so fabulous. That's why I have these like wilting lays from Hawaiian Airlines. It was fabulous. I'm gonna talk all about it. And I haven't done a traditional get ready with me in so long. I will be recreating my red carpet look that I wore with Peter. And it is just me in the video because Peter decided to just be casual and wear his little Stitch helmet. But you guys today are gonna be seeing my full beat bronze warm glam. Nothing really new, just something very glamorous and very fun that I will be getting into today while I talk about what's new in my life because I feel like I haven't updated you guys in so long. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Don't forget, makeup isn't one size fits all. Oh my God, I forgot what it was like. Let's jump right into it. Don't forget, makeup isn't one size fits all, and let's go. All right, guys, so there's a bunch of updates. By the way, we turned the lights down. We are in the studio. Can you guys see Peter? Right here. Peter, wave. Yes, it is giving. Oh, you really have control. Wait, show it again. That's sickening. That is actually, we're gonna do the video like this. This is actually kind of cool. I told Peter, I was like, I wanna film a video where I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I'm gonna say probably since like 2023, because that was probably the last time I had my influencer sanity. As I'm gonna talk about it, I'll talk about Lilo and Stitch, I'll talk about my life update, and also I welcome you guys to comment down below any questions that you guys might have regarding like my life updates, any questions, just because I feel like I haven't had the time to sit down and chat with you guys. So I'm gonna start with my eyes. My brows are obviously done. I'm gonna go in with these two palettes, Makeup by Mario, the #1 palette in Sephora, and then my original one size visionary eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna go in with these colors down here, these three, because they are very warm and my outfit, as you guys saw in the beginning, is very orangey, rust colors. So I'm gonna start with the shade right here called Mango, and I like going to Mango and Soft Serve, and I'm gonna use this as like my transition color. By the way, this eye was so like such a go-to when we were getting dressed. They were like, wow, this look is giving, and I'm like, yeah, because this is like my go-to rust glam. I think like rust, kind of like those burnt orangey warm eyes kind of disappeared over the pandemic, but I thought it was so appropriate for Lilo and Stitch. By the way, we saw Lilo and Stitch yesterday. Maya Kealoha is a star. That little girl, if you guys, it comes out May 23. This is not sponsored by Disney. Disney, thank you so much for inviting me. And mind you, do you guys remember I used to be on so many Disney red carpets? That's how we got the Fantasia collaboration. That was just so cool. Me and Peter were very impressed at the animation, very impressed at the acting. I'm like, do kids have talent these days? Like, we don't know, but Maya, you killed it. I was gagged. I was really gagged. So highly recommend if you guys have family and you guys want to watch it. And also, I'm kind of glad that I busted out this eye because I felt like I haven't worn very orangey bronze, kind of brown script eyes in like so long. Brown script is a old school color from MAC that everyone would use back in the day. And I have a very similar color called Booked right down here. You know what hasn't changed about my makeup is the way that I use contour to go up into the brow right here. Never changed through all the trends. So while Peter and I were setting up in the studio today, there was a song that was blasting, Hannah Montana, The Best of Both Worlds. Put it all together and you know you got the best of both worlds, honey. When I think about my life, I have two worlds as well. I have, well, there's two. I have the Patrick and the influencer. That was like my life for a majority of this career. And then you throw in founder. So I have like 3 worlds that I'm trying to navigate. And it's very different being a public facing founder or influencer founder. And I didn't even know who the hell I was. So I feel like since 2023, when I threw in like esthetician school and like founder, I got the worst of both worlds, like trying to learn how to navigate a business, trying to learn how to, I guess not like let go of being an influencer, but learn how to evolve. Cause, you know, I don't want to be, you know, stuck you know, when I have this opportunity to like learn and grow in entrepreneurship. And that's been like the biggest battle because, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And being an influencer necessarily wasn't like broken. I just had like an opportunity to step up and like learn what it really meant to be a founder. I want to be honest, I felt really dumb when I started this journey because I was like, wow, this is all I know. I know how to do YouTube videos, I know how to do brand deals, I know how to do this, but being a founder was like such a big challenge. And it wasn't until I started going to the gym just to kind of like walk off my stress and just be on the treadmill or go on the Stairmaster, that's when I took business a little bit more seriously. So as I was at the gym, I was watching finance videos, I was watching sales videos, I was ordering business books from Amazon, and then it all started to click for me. It's something that I know a lot of people can probably resonate watching at home. It's like when you go into these like big opportunities, these big rooms and these big spaces, like you only know what you know. Okay, like that's when I felt like so gagged. I was like, oh my God, I'm PatrickStarrr, yet I could feel like the smallest person in the room and like the dumbest person in the room. So I had to take time away to learn about freaking business. One of the biggest teachers for me was my youngest brother, Paul. Paul works with me now on my team, but Paul would sit me down, give me some, you know, discussions on business and accounting and sales and a little bit of finance. He was teaching me these like big acronyms, and it was only in like a few days. It wasn't like he sat me down and gave me like lessons. We would just casually talk about it in conversation. And I think that's the best way that I learn is by analogies, metaphors, conversation, where it's not so black and white because I live in like such a world of color. It's crazy having my career now, having taught makeup on YouTube to a large platform where I've been able to amass millions of views in the past. If I can like teach to that extent and have it penetrate and have people come up to me and resonate with who I am and what I have to say, then maybe I'm the same type of learner. You know, does that make sense? So long story short, I had the worst of both worlds, and then I have now the best of both worlds. When I tell you that transition is not easy, it is not easy. You're learning. You are literally learning. Also, too, while I'm here, as I'm building this eye for you guys, can we talk about like the evolution of like where I started? You guys know, let's throw it back. I had a studio apartment in downtown LA, and then Peter and I moved into an apartment. Cue the B-roll of the moving vlog from Peter's channel. That's when Peter used to vlog, you guys. We moved into my house. So I've only lived in like 3 places in my 10 years of being in Los Angeles. Now I have my one-size studio, my one-size building. I have a Team Star office. I'm also getting another office that's like so crazy. And what's cool about what's coming up is that we are remodeling, and we partnered with an interior designer. It's gonna be so fierce. I don't think you guys are gonna expect it. I'm gonna do a whole behind the scenes, and it's really exciting that I'm able to kind of share that exciting news with you guys. So comment down below what you guys are excited to see, and let me just kind of bump this eye up. All right, so this is what the eye is looking like so far. I F with it. So these were controversial on TikTok, and I'm gonna talk about TikTok and social media in general in a second, but I like these. It did fall out of the packaging because these are like, I guess slurries, which means that they're like hot pours. So it's like a liquid. It's like a whipped mixed liquid, or like almost like a smoothie-ish. And then they pour it in and then they bake it, and then it turns into this. So these are the colors that I use. They're a little bit pricier. This is called Do You Know Who I Am? I took my V. Neal very favorite brush. Actually, this is like one of my favorite brushes ever. I took some powder melt, which is actually available right now. If you guys haven't tried our glass setting spray, get it. And what I did is I took the bottom gold color. Zoom in, Peter. Yes. I went in and I kind of like smushed my brush in there. I kind of just like went in and used it all over the eye. This type of formula, in my experience, it would be better if it was wet forehead. But if you are just a girl's girl and you just want to pop a little bit of shimmer on the eye, girl, go ahead. And for me, I'm not too picky about like it being exactly on the lid. If it kind of like feathers out, I think that's also really pretty too. Kind of want to feather it out into the outer corner. It's not an eyeshadow, it's just like glitter with invisible back. There's no like background color like eyeshadow. Look how pretty. Okay guys, this is the eye, this is giving. And you guys, I was this close to cutting off the wiping part, but it's so satisfying. Look at this. That is how you get a glam eye. And the reason why I'm so used to cutting things off is because of short form. Like TikTok has conditioned me to make things so short form. When I'm like a long form type of girly, it's just different nowadays. And I think that's like the biggest learning curve for me as like a YouTuber, aka influencer turned entrepreneur, that I'm like trying to grasp. Like, do I treat my founder career like my YouTuber career, or do I treat it in this new format of TikTok being short form? It's quick, you have to post like 3 to 5 times a day. I am posting so crazy, but by no means I think it's sustainable when you are having to put that much energy and that much effort into content and maintain a relationship at the same time. Like, that's like the hardest thing. And I think the beauty of YouTube, you can kind of tell the difference between like who has built relationships online versus who is just a content creator. And seeing the new generation of content creators is so crazy to me, because it's like, yes, I've seen your videos, but number one, I don't know your name, or number two, I don't know you as a person. So that's why for me, I've always wanted to protect my relationship with YouTube, because I love it. It's beautiful, it's long form, I get to connect with you guys. But enough of me talking, because it's getting a little too long. Let me get into this skin. You know what's crazy? As I was gathering my products to do my makeup, this is like so unreal. When I have friends come into the One Size office and they see like our display, or they come into the studio, the first reaction is, wow, oh my God, like this is a great space. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool, it's getting there, because it's not designed in my head. It's not to the standard of brand that I want it to be. But the products alone, it's crazy, because I've developed these one at a time. And so I'm always a year and a half to 2 years ahead. And so I developed powder melt probably like a year and a half ago. B12, same thing. Our primer, this was probably done in like 2020 when it launched in like 2021. This was started in 2022. Okay, this is crazy. We have now like 8 shades and counting. So this is the craziest part about like my life, is that I am working ahead, but also trying to work simultaneously at the same time. And that's what I think social media does for me as a founder, that makes me different than any other founder, is that content like this allows me to stay grounded, stay in the moment, live in the now. Because I can imagine like celebrities and actors and musicians, they are working 2 times ahead, and they have like a whole team doing everything for them. They have a social media team and marketing team and A&R to help with their image, but this whole journey has been me. And so I just wanted to take a little moment, a little pause, and say thank you to all of you for doing this for me, because I really get moments like this where I get to reflect on social media to see how far that we have come together. So let's go ahead and prep the face. So for Lilo and Stitch, the red carpet, it was giving cloudy, it was giving it's about to rain. So I was like, let me use a little bit of oil sucker. This is the #1 primer in Sephora. You have to kind of like put it around and let it dry, and you'll see it instantly suck the oil, and you'll feel it. For skin prep, I love using the vitamin B12 base thinner. I also like to use it to thin my foundations on the days that I do want to thin my foundation. And for my cheeks, I'm gonna take the Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer and rub that in. Do you know what's so funny? There are some makeup artists that are giving, I don't believe in makeup primers, but also there are probably some people that don't believe in charging $3,000 for a Glam and Go service for makeup. Okay, for my foundation, I obviously went for a full beat with the full beat foundation in medium dark 20, which is a rosy undertone. You guys see the coverage? Like, and this brush is the Morphe M446. Do you guys see my skin and what this foundation does? It is giving blurred, it is giving full coverage, it is giving, I don't know, it's gonna last me all day, and it's giving red carpet. Like, you do have to bump up your makeup on the red carpet, and I just loved my makeup yesterday. Love. You know what I'm excited to get to, since I am on the skin right now, is to show you guys my other office makeover, which is Team Star. I have an esthetician room in there, and it is gonna give like facials fantasy galore. I did all my interior design plans with my team, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is gonna be so cool for the facial content. I did film Peter's facial content there, and I think it's just gonna pop off. And you know what I will say? I'm so glad that I went to school, and I feel confident when I'm like creating products now because I know how the skin could react to certain products. Guys, how Black Mirror is this? Because look at this, you guys. I have a little cart, a rolling cart in our studio, and I just, like a dim sum cart, I kind of roll it back and forth to my dressing room. So what I do is I'll go to my dressing room, load up our little storage cart, put my makeup so I can bring it out here, and this is what it's giving. So I love this kind of vibe where I'm able to kind of separate what I want and what I need. You know what has been the biggest like splurge and investment of like my entire career is investing in like different spaces. That way mentally I'm able to kind of like, you know, adapt different mindsets, because I think the demand of being a founder and the demand of being an influencer, it's like inevitable. Like when I like get on my phone, like I can pick up my phone, I can like post a story to thousands, millions of people. I can like look at my growth. I can look at like sales. I can look at like comments on Sephora's page or one site, and it gets just so crazy if you put it that way. And so for me, I realized what works for me. And I did this starting in when I had my bedroom and my living room. I strategically painted my living room a certain color. If you guys don't remember, it was kind of like this gray blue. And then I had my bedroom be like this more like neutral in my last place I lived at. What's cool about having a studio and separate from my home, at least for me, I'm able to like be in makeup artist mode and kind of be in this kind of mindset. If I'm thinking about two different types of personalities, whether I'm influencer and founder of PatrickStarrr in the same space at home, it's so impossible for me to think that way unless I have like time and space to be that person. And it's not about like breaking a lease and like finding different spaces, but I think it's more so like having that idea of what will it take for you to fully respect that side of you, to fully commit to that side of you. You know, because it's not fair for the people that are associated with that character or that persona of you to not be there fully. Okay, so for my face, I'm going to take my Ultra Peach Ultimate Setting Powder, taking it on a beauty blender, and I am going to bake under the eye, because I feel like because I was wearing a lot of like orange and like warmer rust tones, that this peach powder could be very beautiful on the center of the face. And the smile lines. And then on the outside, I feel like this color is so slept on at one size. This is called Rich Peach. Rich Peach is such a beautiful, like warm shade. It could be intimidating, but I feel like if you want that like sun-kissed kind of like warm glow, if you're in my skin tone, that more tan, medium dark, this is like perfect. Also, by the way, let me know like where I should go on vacation, because that's the one thing everyone be telling me, and I'm like, I would never go on vacation. But I think my body is like yearning me to take one, is Hawaii the move. You know what? You know why I think it's Hawaii? Because I don't know if it's the Lilo and Stitch. Because when I tell you that red carpet was full of tropical vibes, there was Ono Hawaiian barbecue. They had Dole Whips. We have a Dole Whip in the studio right here. I'm like 2 seconds from grabbing it. Before Cowboy Carter started, if you guys didn't see that vlog, check that one out where I spent like $15,000 on a suite. This lighting is so good, Peter. So good. Shout out to Peter on the lighting. The mirror is giving an illusion because it's reflecting the lighting. Raquel, he was like, oh, can I get some sprays for tour? And I was like, what tour? I'm not gonna say it, but you catch my drift. Yeehaw. Speaking of Raquel, I'm gonna wear the Auroras. That's what I wore on the red carpet. This is what I normally wear. But as I cut and trim them, I do trim them, yes. In terms of like update, I feel like on social media, because I grew up on social media, I am literally finding my new voice, my adult founder voice on social media. What that means to you guys is like the format, the editing, like what type of styles. Like there's so many like videos on like,
if you do this, you're gonna get like this many subscribers and this many likes and blah, blah, blah.
Sometimes I dive down that deep hole, and sometimes I'm like, is it me talking? Is it doing a voiceover? I just need to find like a beautiful style that works for me now. Like YouTubers that I love, like Remy and Alicia, like the podcast, they're so them. And difference is that I have one size like so full time. I have the offices, I have the studio, I have the employees, and that's what makes it so difficult for me to kind of like aspire for that type of format. But if you guys want to help me out in the comments, like let me know what type of format that you guys love. Someone commented on my last video and was saying like, this feels like so corporate, like you're asking for charity and donations, like we love your raw vlogs. And I'm like, really? Let me put on these freaking lashes and continue with this OG format. Because this is a format that me and Peter are very familiar with. It's sitting down, doing my makeup, talking to you guys, and it's giving gorgeous. It's giving gorgeous, it's giving personality, it's giving sit down with friends, and it's something that I love. So as I'm finishing the lashes and finishing the face, I just want to talk about like what do I see for like my future in terms of like life update, like what's next. It is probably exploring like having kids and starting a family. I do not have a significant other. I am not dating. I am not looking. I love that for me. If you love that for you, comment down below, let me know. And I'm looking forward to building a team that's intentional, that's purposeful. I'm just so excited that I'm able to have this influencer dream come true, to be like a founder in entrepreneurship. I think what's next for me is like I'm always willing and able to continue learning. I think that's like the beauty of this. And if that's learning better formats for YouTube, or if that's learning better techniques for my makeup, trusting other makeup artists to do my makeup, learning more about business, perhaps expanding one size globally into Europe in Sephora is something really cool. Learning about product development, about chemistry, about esthetician. I think that's like my lesson and my life update as of now and thus far. And here we are with the finished look from the Lilo and Stitch red carpet. Let me go ahead and change. I'm gonna go ahead and come back, get dolled up. The makeup is literally eating, and I think it needs the outfit to go with it.
Yeah.